So starting this vlog off strong, our university organized our exchange group to go on a boat trip. We basically just went up and down the River Rhine in Germany. We're right on the Rhine, our university is. So luckily we got to go on this little boat trip and it was organized. We paid for it, but it was a lot cheaper because they bought it in bulk. This was about 2 days before Noora and I's excursion to Amsterdam. So it was kind of a nice break before all the chaos of that trip. Now, where we were in Germany was pretty reachable to Amsterdam by trains. So Noora and I just decided we're going to take like half ice trains, like the fast trains, and half just regional trains into Germany with our D-Rail pass, which means like our subscription pass for Germany Rail. And I will have to say, I've never been so irritated with like a rail service in my life. In Canada, we don't have much rail. Like, we don't really have a good train system. Germany's is so much more advanced, except their trains are always late. So we ended up missing our train. I can't remember the name of the place where we went, but we ended up stuck in this, like, I don't want to call it this, but it was like a dingy, kind of creepy, sketchy town. And we stayed there, ate lunch, and then got on our way. But that was kind of a detour. We ended up getting there an hour late. Since Noora and I were booking pretty close to the date, we decided we were going to stay outside the city so that we could afford a nicer hotel instead of a hostel. And we ended up booking around the Schiphol airport area. We just took the shuttle from the airport, from the hotel to the airport and then downtown. It took us about 40 minutes, but honestly, it was well worth it because like we had a nice hotel, we both had our own bed, and we were very happy with it. And it was pretty close to Amsterdam, so we were satisfied. I'd say Noora and I went at the perfect time. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold, and it was really nice. The city's so beautiful. Honestly, it was one of my favorite countries we visited, and I'm totally gonna visit Amsterdam again because I really want to see the tulip farms. But one thing I will say, remember to book advance. We just tried to go to the Van Gogh Museum, and turns out you need like a month advance to order your tickets. So we're now going to the National Museum of the Netherlands, which should be nice. So we're in the gardens now. We're gonna find bridges and then we'll come back for our scheduled time because you can't just walk in. Amsterdam does have a ton of tourism, so I would remember to book in advance. Usually with other countries that we've been to, we've never really had to book in advance, so we didn't really think about it that well. Honestly, even though we missed the Van Gogh Museum, I'm so glad that we got to go to the National Museum of the Netherlands. It was really cool, and I don't think we would have gone into it if it wasn't for missing the Van Gogh Museum. And there were Van Gogh pieces at the National Museum, so it was well worth it, and I totally recommend it if you're going to the Netherlands. The next thing that Noora and I decided on doing was a boat trip. Now, there are so many options in Amsterdam for like boat trips. There's river trips, all of these options, wine, cheese tours, pancake boats. Like, there's so many things. But we decided on the pancake boat because it was all you can eat pancakes. It was on the other side of the river in Amsterdam. So we took a trip to the other side. We just took the ferry. It was so easy. So if you're gonna like go over to the other side, don't worry too much about it. The ferries are pretty easy to navigate. So we decided on the pancake boat. It was so good. One thing I will say is there were a couple families on there. So if you're not really fond of children, maybe don't pick this one. Pick the like adult wine trip or whatever. So after our little boat adventure, Noora and I took the ferry back over to the other part of the city. And I will say, forgot to mention this, the ferry is free. It's part of public transport. So I would recommend using it if you can. And so we headed in for the night. We had a little girls' night. We had some wine that we got from the supermarket and some face masks. I think we did our nails too. So it was a nice night. And then we headed in for bed. Exactly. I feel so beautiful.
That's good. Because then just selfie to do why we don't do.
So here's where things kind of get crazy. Noora wanted to go shopping in the city. I really wanted to go on a bike trip, so we decided to part ways for a couple hours. I was gonna go take my bike, Nora's gonna go shop. Okay, I've got my rental bike, let's go. I've already almost been hit by like 3 cars. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's hope this is the right ferry. I took a random one. Bitch, 30 minutes in and my legs are dying, but we're gonna do this within 2 hours. I'm so jealous of the people that have electric bikes right now, but that's okay. I'm getting the rail experience. Still making my way downtown. So nice. I really need to do this. I saw this, there's a slide and there's this thing. I can't stop at this thing. I need to do it. That was so worth it. I need to stop to eat something because I'm dying and I haven't had breakfast, but I found another one. Amsterdam was incredible. The other one was better. Took forever, but I can kind of see some windmills now. I found them. Took me 10 years. For this biking adventure, I rented the cheapest bike you possibly could in Amsterdam. I didn't know how to use the brakes. I had never used a bike that you backpedal the brake before. I always had the hand brakes. And I think I could have paid like an extra $10 to get the hand brakes, but I'm like, nah, I can totally do this. It was really a learning process. I'm so not used to it, so I would immediately try and clench like the steering handles, and that didn't work very well. So almost murdered myself a couple times when we started, but by the time I got going, it was fine and I got used to it. But I really wanted to go to the windmills, and it was about like an hour and a half bike, as Google had said. That is so wrong. Google, you are a liar, because it took me about 4 hours, I think, in total to get there and back. I will say I was super jealous of the electric bikers. They were flying by me. Even just like general bikers were flying by me. I will say by the end, I was super, super tired. I could barely bike anymore, but I was going to be late to get back to Noora, so I was just pumping it. But anyways, the biking trip was a success. I had so much fun, and I think that was my favorite biking trip out of the 4 countries that I did bike in. And yeah, so Noora and I took the train back. It was way better than the first time. There weren't any like horrible delays. Yeah, we got home and safe and sound. It was a great trip overall. The next part of this vlog is Cole and I. Now, Cole and I had not gone to the Tausche Tuesdays before this. The Tausche Tuesday is like a night to get along with the other exchange students. You drink, you conversate, everything's great. You drink a lot is essentially what it is. And we had not gone to the Tausche Tuesdays prior. Before this point, Cole, Duke, and I essentially just drank in my room for Tausche Tuesday, and we just like conversate with each other, but this was our first one, and we went there for maybe 10 minutes and then we left to go to the park because we're like, this is lame, we're drunk, and we left to go out on the town. And honestly, it was pretty fun. We went to the park. It makes it like 10 times funnier.
I put it on my close friend story.
Good idea.
I think just turn your phone around.
It's not gonna do it.
So flat. No, turn it around and you might see it.
That was a great idea. I don't know what you're thinking.
Here.
You might have to make sure I don't actually die.
I'll hold your hand.
Oh fuck! Are you okay?
No, that
Are
was
you okay?
Yeah.